morning and welcome to the PIX 11 Morning News. Off the top at 5 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Slut League, a high school group in which male athletes draft female students and earn points for sexual encounters with them. Imagine lettering in that sport. And Italian earthquake predictors are jailed for being too reassuring as to temblors. Take that, Al Roker. And the big story. The debates last night. Wow, huh? I'm still rocking and reeling from that, Donnybrook. And the highlight, of course, Bob Schieffer referring to your POTUS as Bin Laden. I know the feeling. Tamsin often refers to me as Ethel Merman. And no, I have no idea what that means. But at 5 o'clock, it's time for our headline news with Tamsin Fidel.
Lionel, good morning to you on this Tuesday. We do have some sad breaking news from New Jersey. A missing 12-year-old girl has been found dead. Police saying that Autumn Pasquale's body was found in a recycling container in Clayton. They say the little girl was last seen on Saturday afternoon when she went out for a bike ride. She never came home. Authorities have not said how they found her body. They say she would have turned 13 next week. Well, a man has been found shot to death in Brooklyn. Police received a 911 call just after 10:30 last night when they arrived at Blake Avenue and Hemlock Street. They found a man with a gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police are investigating the crime at this point. Women in Washington Heights need to keep a lookout for a man who tried to rape a woman over the weekend, according to police there. PIX 11's Hillary Whittier is live in Upper Manhattan with more. Hillary.
Good morning, and police say, it could be pretty dangerous out there. That man is still on the loose. They are searching for him as we speak, but let me show you some surveillance video. We have a good shot of him. This is when the man over the weekend followed a woman inside her Washington Heights apartment complex. It happened about 3 a.m. on Sunday, and once he is inside, you see him struggling and fighting with the woman in the corner of the screen. The 35-year-old woman was able to fight him off and push him away. That's when you see him running out of the building. He has yet to be seen since then. Police say the man is 20 to 25 years old, either black or Hispanic, and 5'10". He was last seen wearing black pants and a black vest jacket. And police want to know if you have any information, if you recognize this guy at all, to call Crime Stoppers right away at 1-800-577-TIPS. We're live in Upper Manhattan. Hillary Whittier, PIX 11 News. We're going to toss it to Mike Gilliam in Flatbush.
Thank you there, Hillary. If you take a look behind me here, you can see that police officers remain on the scene here in East Flatbush. Now, the investigation into the killing of a Brooklyn mom Saturday has taken a strange turn as a result of a bloody note found at the scene. Vindaloo Smith died just one day before her wedding and 2 weeks before giving birth to her 5th child. Now police are faced with a strange twist as they hunt for her killer. Under her body, cops found a bloody note. The letter, which is a computer printout, says a pregnant woman will die each month unless authorities release the Washington, D.C. sniper Lee Boyd Malvo. It's signed The Apprentice and has a smiley face, according to published reports. This retired forensic investigator has a few theories about the killer.
One of them just being a ruse to throw people off. There's also that could be some type of religious aspect to it.
Cops have questioned the woman's fiancé, who turns out to be already married, but he has not been arrested. In the meantime, forensic psychologist N.G. Burrell says there's reason to be concerned about the threat.
I think it should be taken seriously. I think that, look, a murder has taken place, so that's irrefutable.
In the meantime, the investigation continues. In East Flatbush, Mike Gilliam, PIX 11 News. Back to you, Tamsin.
Mike, thank you. Well, the ex-wife of the Nassau County officer who was killed on the LIE was found dead in her own home in Center Reach. 39-year-old Christine Briganti was found dead the same day her ex-husband, Officer Joseph Oliveri, had been buried. The medical examiner is performing an autopsy right now to determine the cause of death. In her case, cops say right now there's no sign of a crime, and they do not believe it was a suicide either. Meantime, there was a wall of blue at the funeral home in Ronkonkoma as fellow officers said goodbye to the officer. The 13-year veteran was killed on Thursday responding to an accident. Cops say the driver, James Ryan, struck and killed Officer Oliveri. He was facing several charges, including vehicular manslaughter and DWI at this point. He leaves behind 2 children. Well, a van lost control and mowed down 5 children in Rockland County. 42-year-old Rashid Al-Asari had just made a delivery in Ramapo when he said that the van's steering mechanism failed, causing him to jump the curb there and hit the girls who were playing in a nearby driveway. The girls, who are between the ages of 7 and 9, were injured, some of them critically. Right now, it looks like this was just a tragic accident.
The driver was very cooperative, and as I mentioned, he's in the station now and we are interviewing.
Remorseful, upset?
Yes, he was.
All right, the van landed on the electrical box there that carries a 7,000-volt charge. The van would have been electrocuted if it had not been for the fact that the van's tire was part that made contact with the box. Imagine being billed extra for asking your doctor too many questions when you go to a visit. Well, Susan Krantz says she was charged $50 extra on her medical bill because she was too inquisitive about her own health. According to the medical company, billing has to accurately reflect the services provided. If a doctor feels their work goes beyond the scope, they're allowed to charge even more. I email my doctor and he doesn't charge me more.
Now he doesn't, but that'll change before you know it. Now, here's what you need to know about this. Whither Marcus Welby. Take a good look. This is the future, Tamsin. Medical care will one day be a luxury, a frill. The notion of folks being entitled to any modicum of patient care is, for all practical purposes, a pipe dream. Your health will be itemized and you'll be billed in triplicate for everything. Oh, eye contact? That's extra. Concern? That'll cost you. That's still the meme that will have been beaten into you is how superior our medical system is. Oh, and it is, and will always be, if you're the lucky ones who can get it. The time right now is 5:06, and time for Traffic with Dan.
So true. All right, good morning, everyone. Alternate side parking in effect on this Tuesday morning. You know, Joel, you got to move your cars this morning if you don't want to get a ticket. Head outside for a live look right now over the George Washington Bridge on the New Jersey side, going through the tolls. No major problems to report this morning, and everything moving across the span just fine. The rest of your Hudson River crossings, the Lincoln and Holland Tunnel, they are in good shape at 5:06 in the morning. No major problems. All right, Lisa has your weather coming up in just 5 minutes.
President Obama and Republican presidential hopeful Mitt Romney battled over foreign policy in their final presidential debate of the election. Craig Treadway is live in the PIX 11 newsroom with that. Craig?
From Libya to China, they took on a wide range of issues, even dipping into domestic policy at points. The battle in Boca was a seated affair, and it was moderated by Bob Schiffer of CBS. Now, first up, Libya. But the candidates sped past the subject into broader Middle East policy, and the president drew first blood.
Your strategy previously has been one that has been all over the map.
Attacking me is not talking about how we're going to deal with the challenges that exist in the Middle East.
Well, the conversation moved to Syria, but quickly veered off foreign policy and into the U.S. economy.
Making sure that we're bringing manufacturing back to our shores so that we're creating jobs here, as we've done with the auto industry.
I know what it takes to create 12 million new jobs and rising take-home pay. And what we've seen over the last 4 years is something I don't want to see over the next 4 years.
Romney remained more sedate in this debate, while the president repeatedly attacked Romney's grasp of foreign policy. After 3 debates, it is clear that both candidates are correct on at least one point. These are 2 very different men with very different visions fighting for the very same job. Live in the newsroom, Craig Treadway, PIX 11 News.
Thank you, Craig. Now, here's what you need to know. You know, former CIA Director William Casey was reported to have said that, quote, "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false. I will know my job's complete here when every American from sea to shining sea fully and completely realizes the myth of the left-right paradigm and will be able to see through the debates for what they truly are, and more specifically the role of those elsewhere in the Ted Baxter 24/7 media in marginalizing, separating, and distracting you from the truth. The time right now is 5:08, and here she is separating you from inclement weather, Lisa, with weather.
Thank you, Lionel. Right now, we do have some showers on the way for today. We do have a warm front, and that's going to bring a mix of clouds and scattered showers. A lot of the energy, though, staying to the north. High temperatures today similar to yesterday, even though we're going to have a west-southwest wind for today. Again, we have a lot of cloud cover, so that's going to keep those temperatures kind of similar to yesterday. Front wheeler by, that will stay nearby. It'll stay to our north for the next couple of days. So what it will do, we can spark off some scattered showers for tomorrow as well. And it can also bring us a mix of sun and clouds for the next couple of days. This takes you through today. Again, through noontime, you can see we do have the cloud cover and those scattered showers to deal with for today. And again, that will continue into tomorrow as well. We'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit, and your traffic in less than 5 minutes.
When you saw a lot of weird men coming in and out of the building, yeah, run.
Neighbors not so surprised after a man was arrested for pimping out women. And fiction turns to reality after some brazen thieves used their car as a way to steal.
As we watch the church advance through its life cycle, it constantly embraces the edge.
Plus, move over, Jesus. One pastor is okaying technology before faith. We'll explain.